Hey everyone! So, welcome to our day 2 video, and I'm really excited about this one. This is something that I talk about a lot. I feel like I talk about it in, different spurts and different contexts. So I'm hoping to just kind of, gather all of my thoughts and all of my tips for you to make the most out of every day. When I first started my business, I would just have like to-do lists so long. I felt like things would never end. I literally burnt the midnight oil all the time. And, I came to realize that a lot of the stuff I was doing, I didn't actually need to be doing. And also, it was just a lot of busy work. It was a lot of busy work, but it wasn't stuff that was actually moving me forward. It wasn't stuff that was getting me known. It wasn't stuff that was bringing in clients. So I'm going to be sharing today, or in this video, how to set yourself up for an amazing day and set systems up around your day. Systems, I don't know if I actually like that word for this, but basically just putting something together, like creating something that actually feels good for you and that you can kind of stick with, right? So right now there's probably a lot of things that you do in your day that you don't even think about. It's just things that you wake up and do, brush your teeth, take a shower, take care of your kids, eat, there's things that just always happen every day. And then there's certain things in your business or in your business life or in your entrepreneurial life that I also want you to start to just make it like it's a habit. So I'm not going to get too into like the badass business blueprint, but I do recommend that you go back to that often, because it really just solidifies and confirms that there's only really a few things that you need to be doing every day. And so your work schedule can be just a few hours as long as it's very focused work. Now, I am not talking about like if you're in the middle of a launch or doing like a special project, then obviously, there's going to be longer hours. There's going to be a little bit more things for you to do. But in the general day-to-day business stuff, there really is just some core things that need to happen that are actually going to move yourself forward. So first things first, and you guys know I preach this like crazy, is you have to start with some kind of mindset practice. Now, I preach journaling because that's what works for me. That's what I've seen work for other people. I feel it's powerful. I feel like it works really fast. I feel like you get to be the creator of whatever it is that you desire. Some people just don't like it. Some people don't get it. Some people just can't get into it, right? So if that's you, then come up with something different. There's so many different ways for you to get into a good mindset, get into a positive attitude. Gratitude is something that's super simple, super easy for you to do. If nothing else, wake up each morning and the first thing you want to do is just ask yourself, like, what's awesome about my life right now? And those are all the things that you can be grateful for. So, aside from that, maybe for you it's working out, maybe it's meditating, maybe it's yoga, maybe it's some kind of visualization, maybe you want to listen to a guided meditation or a hypnosis, but whatever it is, you want to find something that you can get really consistent with. And it doesn't have to take a long time, Give yourself the gift of spending this time on yourself. That is what I always tell people who say, oh, I don't have time, or it got away from me. Like, literally make this your priority. For me, it happens before everything. It happens before my shower. It happens before I brush my teeth. It happens before I eat breakfast. Like, it happens before everything, because I know that if it doesn't, it will slip away from me. And then I end up spending the rest of the day in a reactive mode, in kind of like a catching up mode, or, just not feeling very grounded. So find whatever it is that works for you to ground yourself, commit this practice to yourself to do it on a daily basis, even if at minimum you can only do it for 15-20 minutes. But I promise, if you can get into a habit around this, if you can commit to this, you're going to want to do it more and more and more. My practice went from like maybe 15-20 minutes to probably about 45 minutes to an hour now. If I'm really in a place where I want to like beef up my mindset, or I am, just feeling like extra, woo, or feeling extra like I want to create more in my life, I'll spend a little bit more time. But that is definitely and always the first thing. Like, it's got to be the first thing, or else, like I said, the rest of your day you're going to spend reactive. Reactive to other people, reactive to, what happens during the day, things like little things that may go wrong are going to bother you. So whatever it is for you, find that, commit to it. That's going to be the most important thing for you to do in setting up your day and your business and your week and your month and your year for success. The next thing is, this is something that I actually started doing a while ago, and there's actually a book, I think it's a book, and it's called Eat the Frog. And basically what it is like whatever your most important task of the day is, do that first. And or maybe the thing that you don't want to do that first, right? Like get it out of the way versus procrastinating and saying, oh, I'm just going to do that later. I'm going to do all this stuff first, and then I'm going to do the thing that I really need to get done, right? So whatever it is for that day, and I just usually just have like one thing that I'm like, this is just one thing that I am committed to getting done today. I want to get this done today. Eat the frog. The very first thing you do after your mindset work, and obviously getting dressed and everything like that, but when you start your work day is, what is the most important task for you to get done? Get it done. Get it out of the way. Because if you do nothing else for the rest of the day and you've done your mindset work and you've done the most important task, you're going to feel accomplished. You're going to be moving forward. You're going to feel like you have momentum, even if the rest of your day ends up being shot, right? Or something happens or you don't get done what you want to do. Having those two things in place and knowing that, hey, at least I've done that, that is going to help you just feel really good about what you have accomplished that day. So, my tasks usually range. It really depends on like if I'm in a launch and maybe I need to get a landing page over to the ads person. Maybe I need to come up with my ad strategy. But then aside from that, I also have my daily tasks, which I've talked about in the Badass Business Blueprint, which I think are non-negotiables for me, non-negotiables as a public figure, non-negotiables as a creative, non-negotiables as someone who, wants to show up in this world as an influencer or as a coach or as someone who you want people to look up to. And basically that's messaging. So that can come in many different forms: your newsletter, your social media, your live stream, whatever it is that you choose for yourself. It has to be done, right? And for this, I say daily, but like honestly, if you're doing it like 4 or 5 times a week, that's enough. You don't have to do it all day, every day. You don't have to do it on the weekends, but it has to feel really regular. Like it has to feel like a thing, kind of like going to the gym. Most people don't go to the gym 7 days a week, and it's not even recommended, but they have their daily, gym practice, or they have their daily fitness thing that they're committed to. So I want the same for you when it comes to your messaging, because that's what we're here to do. We're here to deliver the message. We're here to have people hear our message and transform from that message. Some of the other things that I do on a daily basis would just be, creating things for clients. So something like this, like if I was to do a video for my clients or send out a follow-up email. And then selling, which can also be intertwined with your messaging. So you could sell on your live stream, you could sell on your newsletter. But these are like the core things that I have in place. And again, if I do the mindset, if I do my most important task, and if I do my messaging and selling, I feel like a winner for the day. Like I feel like I totally crushed the day. And usually I can get this done within like 2 to 3 hours. So that's really all you need, right? Like I said, when it comes to like launching, or if you're putting together a funnel and maybe you're writing a book, or you're doing something, then that's going to be a special case where you're going to spend a little bit more time and focused work on something else. But day to day, really, that's all you need to do. So I'm going to give you some tips on how to stay on track once you have these things in place and once you actually commit to it. So first thing is to set boundaries with clients. This is something I did not do in the beginning of my business, and I felt like I had to, be on all the time, 24/7, available for my clients. And if they messaged me or Voxered me, for some reason, I just felt like I have to respond right away, right? It didn't matter what time of day it was. It didn't matter, anything, whatever else was on my plate. But now I have very strict boundaries, and I let my clients know these are the hours that I'm available. I also have this on my email autoresponder. So if someone sends me an email, they automatically get an email that says, these are my working hours. And I try to stick to that as much as possible. So that's, doing the autoresponder is kind of an easy way to get, get the message across without, feeling like, oh, I have to let this client know these are my boundaries and these are the things. So setting boundaries with clients is going to be really, really important. The other thing is emails. So one of the things that we tend to do, right, is in the morning, we're going to check our email. We're going to check our social media. We're going to check what happened over the night, who needs us, what happened. We're going to, all that stuff, right? And, I do that as well. I'll check my email, but I don't get into the email. Like, I won't respond to other people's emails. If it's like a promotional email that I'm getting from someone else, I'll just leave it in the inbox. I don't feel like I have to do anything with it right away or read it right away or click on the link or sign up. So I'll kind of like generally leave that stuff in my mailbox until later on in the day. And basically the reason why is because you want to commit to your agenda. And when you're like automatically responding to other people's emails, other people's problems, whatever is going on for other people, you're playing into their agenda. So now all of a sudden your day is flipped. Your day is all about other people. Your day is, basically being shaped by the agenda of everyone else. So it really takes a commitment to yourself and your boundaries and your bandwidth and what you want to achieve to make yourself and your business and your agenda the priority. The other thing I do is shut off or silence social media notifications. So one thing I do is I do have the app on my phone, but I don't get every notification. I won't even get notifications on Instagram or Facebook unless I actually physically log into the app. So I'm not getting the little banner ads that are like, oh, so-and-so just liked your message or so-and-so just commented. Like, I actually have to go into the app and get the notification. So whatever you can do there to like minimize the amount of time that you're getting interrupted or notified that someone else has an agenda for you, the better. Same thing with your email. So if you can turn that off or shut it down or commit to only checking your email a certain number of days, that's also going to allow you to get so much more done. I really feel like the reason why we don't get so much done and the reason why it feels like we're working so many hours and so long and we have so much to do is because we're constantly interrupted. We're constantly, just doing other things, So if it were to take me 30 minutes to do something, but I keep getting these notifications, people are reaching out to me, I'm checking my email, I'm checking my Facebook, it's probably going to take me an hour and a half, right? Even just like one little thing can throw you off for a longer period of time than you actually think it would be. Like, I read somewhere that, for every distraction that you have, it adds 15 minutes to a task. So just think about that. Like, let's say you had 3, micro distractions, whether it was, your phone rang or you got an email notification or you remembered you have to, call someone. Like, that's 45 minutes added to your task. So just imagine if you were like super really focused in that 2 to 3 hour period and you kind of shut off those distractions, shut off those notifications and really just, was a beeline to like, this is what I'm committed to and this is what I want to happen. So that brings me also to day blocking, which I talk about a lot as well. And basically what I mean by it, there may be different definitions, there may be different theories around this, but basically what I mean is, there's certain things that you're doing in your business that require you to be in a different state. They require you to be in a different energy. They require you to be in a different mode. So for example, doing videos, doing live streams, that is a completely different mindset, a completely different energy than me writing up a blog post or me doing marketing things or me, coaching my clients. For me, coaching clients is also completely different mindset than marketing, than doing those, tasks that need to be done. So what I do is just put aside certain days for certain things. So in my case, I have my client days where I'm doing like the group calls with you guys and my one-on-one clients only on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And I pretty much don't do anything else during those days. So I know also like mentally, like if I just do my most important task and I just do my mindset and I am coaching the rest of the day, right? Then everything else, it's just not going to happen. Like, I just know that and I don't feel bad about it and I don't judge myself for it and I don't, I don't start to think like, oh, you're a loser or a failure, or, you didn't get anything done today, because I know that my mode for that day was serving my clients, was serving you, was coaching. And that's okay. But I know that, Monday and Wednesday are my days to really get tasks done, to create, to write. So that's really what I mean when I say like day blocking, like choose certain days so that way 7 days a week, you're not on calls, whether they're sales calls, whether they're client calls, whether they're podcasts, like whatever. Make sure that you are blocking your days so that you're not going in and out of too many modes at one time. And another thing I do is when it comes to pampering myself is I do the same thing. Like I try to just book everything on the same day. And it might feel like kind of a wasted day, especially if it's during the week. But I know I don't have to 3 times this week go out and, get my nails done one day and get my hair done another day and get whatever else done another day. I can just pretty much pack everything into one day, get it all out of the way for 2 weeks, and I'm good. All right, so want to talk about one of my favorite tools to kind of keep me on track. Actually, 2 that I'm going to be talking about. The first one is Trello. I really, really like Trello. I don't know how many of you guys use Trello. I feel like the reason why I like Trello is because I like lists. I like to-do lists. I like keeping track of things. I like seeing things. I like crossing things off. So Trello has really been something just amazing for me in my life, being able to see exactly what needs to be done, being able to prioritize things, put things on my calendar. I even have one for my relationship, which I believe I shared with you guys in the group already. And then the other one is this 90X goal planner. So this is an interesting story because I always get planners. I always buy planners with the best intentions of, planning out my day, scheduling out my stuff, and I'll get through, just a couple days or a couple weeks of the planner, and then boom, it goes into this planner graveyard. But this 90X planner that I got, I absolutely love. It totally keeps me on track. Every week it reminds me to rewrite my goals and also rewrite the action steps that need to happen to my goals. So it's not only very streamlined, but it's very focused on specific goals. So in this particular planner, there's 5 goals that you want to focus on for the next 90 days. So one could be, get my list to 1,000 people. One could be get to the gym 3 times a week. The other one could be, fill the Level Up Lab with 30 amazing people. But then on top of that, it's okay, well, what do I need to do in order to grow my list by 1,000? What are the actual steps that are going to take me towards that goal? Same thing if I want to fill up a program. What are the actual things that I have to do in order to do that? Wanting to fill a program and writing that as my goal is just not enough, right? So I really have to break it down into what actually needs to be done in order for me to reach that goal. So Trello, 90X planner have been super saviors for me and just making sure that I am getting shit done. And like I said, I just like crossing things out and checking things off. So, the more I write and I actually cross it off, that feels really good to me. And then the final thing that I want to talk about is outsourcing, using your VA, using your assistant, using help, and knowing that there's certain things that you just should not be doing in your business, even if you know how to do it, even if you may even enjoy it a little bit. There's certain things that if let's say you enjoy doing graphics, but the graphics take you a little bit longer, right? Because you're not a designer or you're not a graphic designer or anything like that. You enjoy doing it. It's fun. But that's taking away from you being able to sell. That's taking away from you writing your newsletter. That's taking away from you doing a live stream for your audience. So really think about, these tasks that you're doing, they're taking away from the stuff that's actually going to make you money, right? And the other thing is, I say outsource anything that will take you longer than 20 to 30 minutes, especially if it's something that has to do with tech. I really feel like you should not be doing tech anything because there's so many things that could go wrong. It's such a nightmare. And you can pay someone a nominal fee to get the thing done for you like that. Literally, they know this the back of their hand and they can get it done so much faster than you can. Let's just say it takes you 4 hours to put together a lead page. If you hire a VA and it takes her 30 minutes and let's say she gets, she's even $50 an hour. You pay her $25, your landing page is done. You just saved yourself a headache and 4 hours of your time that you could be spending with your clients and or in sales activities. So outsource anything that takes you longer than 20 to 30 minutes and or something that makes you want to pull your hair out. Like you're literally like, I wish I never had to do this again. Those are the things that I want you to outsource. And I'm just going to leave you guys with one line that I got from one of my coaches way back. And I just always remember it and I always share it because I feel like it's really powerful. And what she said to me was that the things have to be done, but they don't have to be done by you. And the more that you can embrace that, the more that you can really focus on the things that actually need to be done, you'll realize that you really only need a few hours a day to accomplish things, to feel like you're moving forward, to get your message out there, to sell, to serve your clients. You really only need a few hours a day. I'm working right now about 20 to 25 hours a week. If I'm during the launch, kind of work a little bit longer. Like I'll work, at nighttime, answering emails and things like that because I don't do sales calls. But other than that, like that's been the standard for at least a year and a half now. And it's because of everything that I implemented here and everything that I shared with you guys today. So hopefully this helps for you to be able to set your day up for success. And now obviously, there's not a cookie cutter plan here because everyone is different. Some of you have children, some of you don't, some of you have other priorities, some of you have a fitness practice in place. Like there's just so many different factors. So you really have to find like what works for me, but getting that task done in the beginning of the day, committing to your daily mindset work, and then also committing to your daily messaging and selling. Like if you could do those three things and then also be smart enough and wise enough to outsource the things that take you a long time, you're going to fly so far ahead. You're probably also going to feel like, what do I do? Like, what do I do with my day? I remember, when I committed to this stuff, it got to that point where it was like, I feel like I should be doing more work. I feel like I could be doing something else, but I was done for the day. So anyway, would love again to hear your thoughts on this. What do you think about this? What does your day look like? If it's not looking like what you want it to look like, commit to what you want it to look like. Create that. You're the creator. You put yourself as a priority. You commit to your agenda over everyone else's. So thank you guys. I will see you in the next video. Bye.